Yeah, that's right, mother effers. That's right. Hold on.
Okay, we're back. Hey, listen. Ray Davies taught me this. Ray Davies, lead singer of the Kinks, taught me this years ago. He goes, when it comes to being a performer, you got to give the people what they want. You guys want Satan? You got him. But I feel like I shouldn't press my luck too hard. And I just want to make sure, Tony, is it safe?
Is it safe? You scared the living bleep out of me right out of the gates. I'm like, oh my God, hold on, dude. Please don't tell me that. And then boom, I love beautiful. Well played, Polly. Well freaking played, dude. Because Satan's in the house, man. Satan's always lingering, man. He's always lurking, dude. And you got to respect it. You got to respect it.
Yes.
You know, you got to respect it. And I want to thank everybody. I know you do too, P, for everybody's patience today. This is episode 126.3. Basically, or V3 version 3 for Friday today. So from a high noon to a 4:20 happy hour, brother. Let's go.
Hells yeah, baby. We're back in business. Thank you guys so much for rescheduling your afternoon and joining us, especially to people like Stevie B. This is one of my favorite guys out here. Stevie B posted a message just a second ago, and he was like, you know what, guys? I got to readjust my happy hour at Toronado because I'm heading over to Paulie and Tony's Tavern. With that being said, Stevie B, cheers to you, buddy. Let's crack one. I mean, look, we got a ball game in a couple hours. Let's get, here we go. There we go. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, PMP. Cheers, Tony. Let's have a nice sip together, see what happens here. Yeah, that works. That works. That
By the way, don't tell anybody. Paulie, don't tell anybody. This is a tequila Paloma. Don't tell anybody. I have to coach a tournament game at 7:00 tonight, so don't tell anybody I had this, okay?
Hey, listen, it worked for Buttermaker in Bad News Bears. He was boozing the whole time. He had his kids boozing. He had his kids boozing and smoking butts. That's how we did it back in the 70s. Anyway, PMP Familia, thank you so much for your patience. Thanks for coming back around and visiting us this afternoon. Tony, I don't think we've ever done a 420 show before. This might have to be a semi regular thing because it feels like there's a good vibe in the air.
There's definitely a good vibe in the air. And also, Paulie, I want to welcome a new name I have never seen before.
I think I see him too. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Tuba Sun God, bro.
Tuba Sun God, and he's saying pass the Dutchie. Dude, yes. Pass the Dutchie, Tuba Sun God, upon the left-hand side. Let's go.
I happen to know for a fact that a whole bunch of you are passing the Dutchie as we speak. That might include Leah Phillips. That might include Sweet Mad Hatter. I saw some of your posts. I know you guys are getting loose up there. And why not, dude? It's another Friday. It's another work week in the books. Tony and I just want to give you guys your due and carry on with the show as we originally intended. Miguel Salas, what is going on, my brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on back. And PMP Mafia on at 420. Exactly. We're doing it to it, man. So, Tony, we left off earlier today. Actually, maybe we should do our Longbridge spot about 3 hours after the fact. You want to hit Longbridge real quick?
Yeah.
Well, getting started?
Sure, dude. Sure.
In fact, I know we have some new pizza porn too. So why don't we throw some of those porn shots up there as I talk Longbridge Pizza, our first and fabulous sponsor. Neil Denardi is the Grand Poobah down there. In fact, again, if you're lucky enough to have tickets to the Giant game tonight, by all means, swing down to Longbridge before first pitch. He'll have all the sets on, doing all the pregame stuff, but the Vibe Trap will be in full swing tonight for the first game of this Giant Dodger series. So head down to 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch, just down the street a ways from Chase Center. A nice leisurely walk over to the ball yard, too, for the game tonight. But head down to Longbridge, get some pizza, and I'd really love to see some of the footage some of the new footage of the square pizza, Tony, because I think that would speak maybe more effectively than me just talking about it. So if you could bring up one of those square pizza shots, T. Let me see what we're working with here.
Dude, Dom Peralta, I got to thank him from behind the scenes, man. He sent us some pizza porn of a Polymax pizza that I'm trying to load right now. It's one of the Polymax pizzas in the square version. You can get it Detroit style. So hang on one sec.
While you're doing that, Tony, let me just tell you, I'm getting extremely uptight again. You're freezing all over the place again. You're freezing left and right.
There it is. I'm not going to load this though. After this, I'm going to done loading stuff because obviously, there we go. See the pan, see the square.
Yeah, dude, and I believe that's the Polymac particle pie that he got in the square form. Yeah, with the sausage and the red onion. It's a phenomenal pizza. I definitely recommend that. I recommend the Nico pizza down there. Really, anything off the menu with that sourdough crust, you're gonna love. If you are gluten, intolerant, they have a whole bunch of gluten-free options too. They have veggie options for guys like Tony. when you head on down there. So they check every box, man. They're going to make sure you're well taken care of at Longbridge Pizza. Private parties, yep, they can accommodate that too. Right in the back, 20 to 25 people. I also would recommend you try some of the sandwich options too. The chopped cheese, for example, is a beast. The Vibe burger, their answer to the In-N-Out burger, is also a beast. And it's like being with family, especially if you tell them PMP sent you. They're going to take great care of you. Patty from Napa, great to see you. Let's put her up there real quick. And anyway, get down to Longbridge Pizza tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday. Tony, your words on Longbridge, and then I want to get Patty up there too.
I'm just excited for this weekend of Giants Dodgers ball at the Yard, and there's 2-day games. I was expecting Saturday or Sunday to be a night game, but neither's happening. It's 105. So either go beforehand and grab a pie and an ice cold beer, or better yet, after the game, man. You want to talk about a great place to hang after the game? Go to Longbridge Pizza. It's just down 3rd Street from the ballpark. Or if you're not going to the game, go to Longbridge Pizza and hang and watch the game, all right, at Longbridge, and have a nice pie and a nice cold beer. And just take advantage of that badass dog patch neighborhood that we are going to dive into. By the way, there's events happening all summer long that Dom Peralta was sending us a couple links yesterday. Some cool ass events that are going to be happening down in the dog patch later this summer. So Longbridge Pizza, 2347 3rd Street. Neil Donardi will take great care of you and his staff, Andre and Steven, and the whole lot of them at Longbridge will take care of you. Make sure you feel nice and welcome. And again, with the hot summer weather coming, especially in the dog patch, the ice cold beer selection he has from local taps around the Bay Area and he has that Hum Baby from Altamont in Livermore. Remember we met the owner of Altamont. I think his name was Steve. Shout out Steve at Altamont Brewing in Livermore. And he's got that not on tap, but he's got ice cold cans of it as well. So Neil knows what he's doing, man. So does Andrew. But Andrew kicks it in Tahoe. He manages from afar, and Neil's there often and serving up great food and beer.
You know what I wanted to do, Tony, Patty from Napa. That's right. Thanks, T. From the last show. Well, thank you, Patty. You're so generous. Glad we're meeting now. I needed this. You know what? I needed it too. Love you all. Love you right back. That's right out of Ozzy Osbourne's quotations book. We love you all. God bless you. And we do love you all. And just in case, let me throw a preemptive statement out there. Yes, Leah Phillips. Neil's son does look just like him, and he is so cute. I agree 100%. That picture of Neil with his son Nico we showed a couple of nights ago, the kid he's a very, very cute kid. And the mug of a Neil Donardi is not to be trifled with. But I do want to say preemptively, just in case we do go down again, we're going to – what did you say, T? Uh-oh. I think we got problems. Tony, how you doing over there?
Keep going, Paulie. Keep going.
Oh, we got see, this is a StreamYard thing, you guys. I'm telling you, this is not on our end. I think this is a problem with StreamYard. So here's what I'm going to do. While Tony wheels and deals and tries to get this thing back on track, I was going to ask you guys today to share some of your favorite Giant Dodger memories, because I actually have a couple I can share with you. If you guys remember, a couple of nights ago, I was talking about this game I went to in 1979. It was a Giant Dodger game. I found the ticket stub. And how's this for particles? The date of this game is April 20th, 4/20. Okay. So check this out. There's a lot to behold here. For starters, you got the, hold on one sec. Here it is. April 20th, 1979. First pitch, 7:35. The ticket.
I'm back, baby. Sorry, Paulie.
What's going on your end, T? What's going on?
I couldn't hear you first. I couldn't hear you for a second. I had to reset just my audio feed. That's all. I'm back. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, there's I'm blaming this on StreamYard, man. The StreamYard platform is not functioning correctly today. But let me just show you guys this. So this is April 20th, 1979. This is that game. And then check this out. What I used to do when I was a little kid, I would put notes on the back of the ticket stub about what happened. You can see Paulie Mack's 6th grade writing right there. Let me translate this for you. Here's what it says.
Is it your writing?
It is my writing. Tony, you sound like a pile of S, by the way, dude. You sound like a complete pile of S. You might, yeah. How do we deal with this? You're all staticky and distorted. I want to tell my story, but I also want to straighten you out. What do we do for you?
Tell your story, brother, and I'll fix it.
Okay. Tony, what an S show this has turned into today. All right. So let me read you the notations on the back of this ticket. April 20th, 1979, Giants 3, Dodgers 2. And then I wrote the pitching matchup on here, the Count versus Welch. Can you guys see this, dude? Look at this, the Count versus Welch. That was the night of the Belch on Welch thing right there. We're getting some advice. Should we restart everything, T? Should we just restart? It's a disaster. This whole thing's a disaster. Should we get out and come back?
How do I sound now, Paulie? Do I sound better?
You do. You do.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
I just changed the audio feed on the back end. I went to the StreamYard back end versus the
now
YouTube.
You sound like S again. Now you sound like S again. It's just like that. Quickly as that. Totally staticed up and all messed up. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really am so sorry. How do we handle this, T? Should we abandon ship and come back one more time?
I really don't. I don't know. I still sound like crap right now.
Horrible.
It's crazy because they sound great in my headphones, man.
No, you sound like a pile of S, dude. It's horrible. You just hear totally staticky and choppy and breaking up and freezing. It's horrendous. What do we do? What do we do here? We're all in the same boat here. What do we do, man?
No need to apologize, guys. Aaron, well, this is our third attempt, and I sound like crap, I guess, but I sound like great. Tuba Sun God, yeah. Paulie, you keep going. You just keep going. Stand by. You keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to show off some of my other giant artifacts just to get us in the mood for tonight. So from the 79 season, check this out. Here's the 79 schedule, okay? I wanted to show you guys. I've saved all this stuff from my childhood. So here's the 79 schedule with all the games. Here's the best part, you guys. Ready for this? Ticket prices. Box seats, the most expensive ticket in Candlestick in 1979, $5. Look at this, S, dude. Look at this. How about youth box? I don't even know what youth box is. They don't have that anymore. Reserved and youth reserved. Most expensive seat, $5. Cheapest seat, $3. Look at this, man. You believe this? That's how we used to roll out at the stick. Yep, NorCal, a $5, bro. A $5. Then I found the schedule for 1978. You can see that the Giants were on a pretty strict budget. Ready for the schedule of 1978? Right here. It's one card. Doesn't even fold, bro. It's one thing. So here we go. This is the 78, which was a great year. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see that. And then here's some ticket prices from 78. Actually, they didn't change at all. It's the same. Box seats are $5. Youth reserved upstairs, $3, man. Those are the good old days. And that was a great team. Those are the Willie McCovey years right there. And while I was digging around, now that first one I showed you was just kind of a great memory of a Giant Dodger game. But I got one more here with some more Polymac notes. May 12th, 1979. Okay. May 12th, 1979. Back of this one says, Giants 4, Phillies 1, and I got it right here. Ed Halicki versus Lurch. Was there a guy named Lurch? I literally can't even read my own writing. Look at this. That's me in 5th grade right there. But I do remember Big Ed Halicki, 100%. Yeah. So more Polymac artifacts right here. And then a couple of, just to check some boxes here too. I can't leave out the 49ers, right? So going back to the 40, this is one of the worst seasons in the history of 49er football. 1978, October 15th, 1978, Niners Saints. I think that's a game we lost. They went 2-14 that year. So check that bad boy out right there. Candlestick Park. Let me see what the ticket cost. $10, dude. $10 for a Niner game in 1978. There you go. And then one more piece of Niner history I wanted to show off for you guys. Here is the 77 schedule. Okay. 49er 1977 schedule. Notice anything unusual about this? The 1977 schedule featured not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 preseason games. Dude, I do not remember that. Do you guys remember the Niners playing 5 preseason? Actually, scratch that. Let me do some. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 6 preseason games. Look at that. That's insane. I do not remember the Niners playing 6 preseason games back in those days. Now, keep in mind, 77, I believe they were still on a 14-game schedule. I think it changed to 16 in 78, but 6 preseason games. Yeah, Stevie B, look at that, man. Look at all the preseason games. That's bonkers. And I don't remember it. I got to be honest. I don't remember them playing that many games. And then one last kind of artifact. It's too bad Tony's not with us right now because I did want to show this to him. He would have gotten a kick out of this. My USF Dawn fandom goes way, way, way back. It goes back to the 70s because I grew up right near USF when I lived in the city as a little kid in the 70s. And I found this bad boy. Look at this. USF Dons basketball, 1980 versus the Zags. Okay. That's how long that's been going on. I think Bill Cartwright was still on the team at this point. I think he went into the NBA in 81. So anyway, there you go. Polymax artifacts from the vaults. I got lots more to share, but I just felt like it was a good day to do that. Get a little show and tell happening before the Dodger game tonight. So, all right, guys, listen, here we are. I wanted to also get some of your favorite Giant Dodger memories. If you want to post them up on the board, we can kind of read them back to you guys. But those are some big ones for me. The other really obvious big one that I was lucky enough to attend was the Brian Johnson home run game at Candlestick Park. I think that one was in 90. That was 98, right? Yeah, Frank. Thanks, brother. J. Frank Parnell. Welcome aboard, bro. They are nice memories. And I'm one of these kids, and I'm still like this, where I saved everything growing up. So I have tons of way more ticket stubs than this. That's the tip of the iceberg. I got all the programs. I got old T-shirts. I got old bumper stickers, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So, and anytime you guys want to share yours, by all means, send them into the show email box, and we'd love to share those with you. All right, here comes Tony again. Wow, there's the obligatory telephone ring in the middle of a show. You can't have a Polymax show without the phone ringing. Tony, I just did a little show and tell session. Let me just revive it real quick just for your head, because I'm going to blow you away with this stuff.
So, hey, Paulie, do I still sound like crap?
Not right now, but that doesn't mean you won't in 30 seconds. So let's enjoy it while you have it.
I did. And time out. I heard everything you said, and I saw everything you said. Go freaking Dons, dude. I love it, man.
Dude, do you remember the Niners playing 6 preseason games, dude? Look at that.
Yes, dude. Look at that. Look at the old Bank of America logo on there, by the way, too.
I didn't even recognize it. I didn't even know that's what that was. I didn't even know that's what that was. But this is how I rolled when I was a little kid. My dad and I were at Candlestick pretty much every weekend. So here we go, dude. In 1977, preseason football started August 7th and ended with the last game on September 10th, dude. 6 games. I don't know. It's just crazy to think it used to be like that. I have no recollection. Do you remember 6 preseason games, Tony? I don't.
Vaguely, because I was 4 years old in 77, but I remember hearing about it and my dad and my uncles talking about it. And I also remember this is right before Canyon Inn became a thing in Niner football, right? And before Red Morton Park in Redwood City, where they would work out before they moved up to Rockland. So
yeah,
the late 70s, early 80s. I mean, late 70s Niners, like that's vintage stuff, dude. I love the dude. That's gold that you hung on to ticket stubs from 77, dude.
I have them all, Tony. I seriously have them all, or I have like 95% of all the games, because it was a big deal to me. Going to games is a big deal. I wanted to save every little artifact I could. And now you said before the show that you have some show and tell stuff too. Now, will you get that ready to set up? If you guys have Giant Dodger memories to share, like your favorite, most memorable game you attended, definitely send it in. We'll shout them out. But for me, the Brian Johnson game is probably, that's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. I mean, the walk-off Brian Johnson home run, extra innings, the Rod Beck double play that happened in that game too. It was just one of those electric afternoons at Candlestick Park, man. As good as it got. But T, what are you working on over there? What do you got for us?
Well, first of all, thank you everybody for your patience. Second of all, before I show, I just have a T-shirt that my parents got for me when they went to Cooperstown with my nephew. Shout out little Richie Hunt, who went to Cooperstown when he was 12. And we're going there next summer with my son Dom. It's that, they do that Field of Dreams thing where you have this tournament out there and you're in Cooperstown, New York. And
I just wanted to tell you one thing, Tony. This is a private joke, inside joke between me and Tony. If you guys go to Cooperstown and you're still coaching your little league team and the team loses, it's your fault. I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah. That's a joke for Tony and I. We'll explain that some other time down the road. But that's your fault. You probably made a lot of bad decisions. Anyway, Tony, go ahead.
All kinds of bad decisions, dude. So, but anyways, this shirt I got from Cooperstown, but I also wanted to say, in honor of tonight's starter, Logan Webb, I gotta relive and just tell you one of my favorite of recent memory Giant Dodgers memories is his postseason debut, Game 1, 2021. He went 7 2/3. He had 10 Ks. He only gave up 4 hits, 7 2/3 shut out innings against those Dodgers, dude. And I remember people were giving Kapler crap because they thought he was supposed to start Gosman, and he goes, "Nope, I'm starting Webb." And dude, Webb just walked out there with, I mean, just
brass balls, brass
Oh.
balls. And you know what else is great about that series? Buster Posey was catching them. Buster
Yes.
Posey was still on the Giants, so Buster was catching Webb. And I feel like in kind of like a metaphorical sense or some kind of symbolic sense, like that almost was like a passing of the torch of the generations, because Buster was like the last. I guess B. Craw was still there too, but it was kind of like the last bastion of the World Series Giants meeting this new generation of Giants. And Webb pitching to Buster was something special, man. It really was.
Buster also had an opposite field home run, if I'm not mistaken, in that game too.
100%. I think it was the only run of the game. I think it was the only run of the entire game. I think it was a 1-0 win. Yeah.
You want to talk about a game that I was glued to for every single pitch, man. And that seriously, that's one of my favorite games, Giant Dodger games of recent memory. And it's one of the reasons why I knew Logan Webb had it in him to be just the ace of the staff. You know what I mean? Like first for your playoff debut, you know, he's got butterflies, he's got nerves, he's all amped up, and he goes 7 2/3 against the Dodgers, man. That was just epic stuff, man. And then on the heels of that, I'll share with this. It's just a fun t-shirt that I love, dude. My dad saw this at the museum store at the Cooperstown and the baseball museum.
Yeah.
And it's just a t-shirt, and it just says, hold on, I'll hold it up. You see that?
I'd like to buy a Val. Yeah. I do see it. I do.
That's great, right?
Yeah.
So it's not as crass as my F Dallas shirt, but it's my Dodgers suck t-shirt. I need to buy a Val. So I wanted to share that in honor of what's. I mean, I'm not trying to be a bummer of a guy. Just don't get swept, right? Don't get swept. At least get one of these.
They're not going to get swept. They're not. Yeah. I'm feeling very optimistic, actually. I think taking 2 or 3 right now is entirely possible. Like, that's how positive my kind of mental framework is right now. Like, I feel like the sky's the limit. By the way, Hum Daddy's back in the mix today. What's up, Hum Daddy? He's also Juan. Dude, Juan Santa Maria, welcome aboard, brother. Don't think I've seen you before. If I have, I apologize, but great to see some new faces on the board.
Dude, tonight. He said he was there. He said he was at that game. That's fantastic. It must have been electric inside that stadium for Logan's performance. By the way, look at you. What is that again? What are you drinking again?
I'm working on one of these genuine. No, this is a Michelob Ultra.
Nice. Okay. Hey, cheers again. Cheers again, P.
Like, cheers. We're back for the 3rd or 4th time today. Yeah, we're going to take it as far as we can go. Shout out Patty from Napa, like the Eagles. We're going to take it to the limit one more time, which is, by the way, one of my favorite Eagles tunes of all time. Take it to the effing limit. You know, I've always been a dreamer. Stand by life, running around. I don't even know if Patty's on the board, but that's for you, Patty.
Yeah, she was a super earlier, man. Thank you for being the super too. But yes, that is one of my favorite Eagles songs too, Paulie. And I feel like the vibe's gonna be thick in the ballpark tonight. I just hope, as we were talking in episode 126, version 1 earlier today, that we have to blame Giants fans when you see a ton of Dodger fans in the house, because guess what? That's all the Giants season ticket holders selling their tickets. So I'm hoping that the Giants season ticket holders stay the course and show up at the yard tonight and all weekend long, and bring home a W. Watch the Giants bring home some W's. A sweep is asking too much, I think, but 2 out of 3 would be freaking fantastic, Paulie. And I think
it really would.
You know?
Say again, T. I'm sorry. What was that?
I said I think it can be done. I think they can do it, because I love the matchup on Sunday, and I really like I like all 3 matchups. We were talking about that yesterday. Yeah. I would give the nod to Logan Webb over Dustin May tonight. I would give the nod to Roop over Ohtani tomorrow night, because Roop is actually pitching very well in the last month and a half. And the Robbie Ray, dude, Robbie Ray is pitching out of his ass. And I mean, Yamamoto's damn good too. So that's going to be a hell of a matchup on Sunday. But maybe some small ball gets in the mix, right? Maybe get creative. Maybe, I don't know, do something. Maybe a safety squeeze is in the mix. I don't know. Harken the ghost of Roger Craig's old style baseball. But I've been excited for a regular season series like this in a while. You know,
it's a big one. No, I feel the exact same way. It feels like a playoff series in the middle of July. I mean, it really does. Yeah. And essentially, it will have the ramifications of a midseason playoff series. Like, these are really important games right now for both clubs. I mean, the Dodgers are trying to get well. The Giants are trying to show the Dodgers who they are and what they're about. And I think that taking 2 or 3 is entirely impossible. All right, hold on. Escobar the third. I went to the 500 game in 03, but my favorite was summer of 98.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
beat up a few Dodger fans. Beat up a few Dodger fans. And my girlfriend that I got. Oh, bro. Escobar the third. I tell you what, this is why I asked for contributions. You know what? After you beat up a few Dodger fans, is there any other activity to engage in other than lovemaking in the car? I mean, you might as well. And by the way, I'm assuming that was right in the Candlestick parking lot, Escobar. I'm assuming it was right there in the parking lot. I mean, why not? Leah Phillips. Cheers, Escobar. Cheers.
Yeah, totally.
You know what? I'll
by the way,
too. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, Leah Phillips and Hum Daddies. Welcome aboard. And yes, it is a huge series. It's nice to see the Hum Daddies on board. And I got to say, Tuba Sun God is on fire. We've never seen Tuba Sun God before, but he said, he said, I'm going to be out of beer before first pitch. I guess he's consuming during the happy hour. Also, I want to promote, Paulie, a Bay Area Sports Collective, one of our colleagues at the Bay Area Sports Collective, Johnny Lund, is going live at 7:10. He'll be live at 7:10 tonight to take you through the ball game because he's doing something with Larry Krueger, bottom of the pint, I think they're calling the show.
Nice,
nice. Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I got to be honest with you, man. I'm a big Larry Krueger fan. I've always liked Larry. He and I have always gotten along. We had him on the show a couple of weeks ago. I don't think I've ever seen Larry Krueger with a buzz on. Have you? I don't know that and I know he enjoys cold beer like the rest of us, but I've never seen Krueger get loose. You know what I mean?
What I feel like the only time I've seen him buzzed is maybe dipping some chew, maybe dipping a Copenhagen back in the day.
Oh yeah, he was a big dipper. He would be dipping into like a Coke can. I remember it was like such a bad look too, spitting in that little thing. It was like, oh bro, come on, you're killing me over here. Yeah.
During the show. Like he'd be like, he'd be like, so Logan Webb is a 2.38 ERA. Yeah, and he's going out tonight. He'll be on the mound tonight. Like in mid-sentence, he'd spit into the thing. Oh, by the way, if we're gonna tell yucky stories, can I just tell this yucky story right out of the gates? Because
wait, hold on. What's the word you're using? Yucky story?
Yeah, well, because I saw Stevie B say yuck, and so it made me say yucky. Because we're just gonna go yucky. Because
before you do, there's too many great riffs that are flying around right now. I just need to acknowledge real quick. First of all, Leah Phillips, he liked Diet Coke. I thought that's an incredibly high level text right there, Leah. You're right. He was a big Diet Coke guy, big diet. He's the kind of guy that would come in with like a cheesesteak and order of fries, like an apple pie slice and a Diet Coke. You know what I mean? Just to watch his waistline. Also, I saw Stevie B say Krueger drop an anchor again. Anchor Steam. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Hey, not long ago, Tony and I were what were we doing over by the Anchor Steam Brewery recently? Why were we over there?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we were right there. We're like, there's the Anchor Steam. I don't know what we were doing in Potrero Hill that day, but we were over there recently.
I can't remember either. And then there's also that great music venue right there down the street from Connecticut Yankee. I'm blanking
on the hill.
No, not Bottom of the Hill. I love Bottom of the Hill too, but there's another tiny little music venue. A lot of punk bands play there. And I saw the but you remember the band Caius, Paulie?
I do. Yeah.
By the way, there's rumors of a Caius reunion, which I would freaking love, dude. Because Caius, before there was Queens of the Stone Age, there was Caius. And then Josh Homme left Queen. They all kind of broke up. Well, the drummer for Caius is
the Parkside, says Stevie B. Yeah, Stevie B as usual. Coming correct. Yeah, Stevie B knows, man. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much, you guys. The Parkside. The drummer for Caius, Brant Bjork, went out on his own. He has his own band just called Brant Bjork, and he calls it Desert Stoner Rock. And he showed up at the Parkside and had a great gig there. But he plays lead guitar and sings lead vocals. It's kind of like a Dave Grohl thing, but he's doing it from Caius to his own band. Check out Brant Bjork.
Well, I got to tell you, if Brant Bjork is out here running around saying that they're the kings of stoner desert rock, all the power to them. But I feel obligated to include one of my favorite trios of all time. If you want to talk desert stoner rock, you got to make sure you include the Meat Puppets, because the Meat Puppets are from Arizona. They're out in the middle of nowhere, and they are like, if there really is such a thing, they are like a psychedelic punk kind of I don't even know how to describe them, the Meat Puppets. I have no idea how to categorize them. They're kind of like Primus. They're like off the map in terms of definition, but I got to make sure the Meat Puppets are getting some love if we're talking desert stoner rock. What do you got, T?
Well, I'm looking at Hum Daddies. Yeah. They have you in quotes. I guess a decade ago you said something. Krueger lives in the gym.
Well, No, because
That's the guy.
he was always saying that. He's like, yeah, I just did like an hour and a half on the treadmill. I just did like 3 sets of bench. He was always coming in talking about the gym. I was just reporting the true facts as they were shared. Yeah, yeah.
Well, remember that photo? I'll have to dig it up. I'm not confident in doing it today. I'll dig it up next week of the picture of Kruger in the undersized Warriors jersey.
Oh, dude. No, it's the greatest of all time. You know, I have one of those jerseys here in the room I'm broadcasting in. I don't know if you guys remember this. I think it was in 2014.
Yeah.
The Warriors introduced those T-shirts. They used to wear like those gold. It was a terrible look. It was a really bad look. And thank God it didn't catch on. But they came in. I think Raymond Ritter and some of the Warrior girls came in and they gifted us all like some of those shirts, those jerseys to wear. Kruger's was like 3 sizes too small. Bro, he put this thing on. I'm talking
amazing.
You could see it all. That's all I'm going to say. Every little contour of the Kruger upper torso was on display for everybody.
That reminds me when I put on that old Ronnie Lott jersey that I have.
Oh, yeah. Hair sticking through. Yeah, the hair's coming through.
I had chest hairs coming through the mesh. It was quite a look, man.
Yeah, it was very, very similar to the Kruger thing. All right.
Leah Phillips says, "Oh my God, I think I have that picture." Yes, Leah, you definitely have that picture. So yeah, if
share your yucky story. I interrupted you. You said you had a yucky story. Go ahead and share that, T.
So, Will Clark's been in the news a lot lately. And by the way, Will Clark coming after Dave Fleming's brother and then WEEI coming after Will Clark. It's like this battle now, whatever. It's all lame.
Will Clark went off on those guys, too. He's listening to me, you East Coast piece of ass. He just went, dude, I love Will the Thrill. I freaking love him. I don't care what anybody, I don't care what happens. I got Will the Thrill's back forever. And
he's got no problem with Devers either, but they're trying to make it sound like he's got a problem with Devers. And these people at WEEI are trying to make it sound like, well, it's a good thing we got rid of Devers because look at what he's doing in San Francisco. Right. It's like, dude, you'd love to have Devers, Boston. Save it. Save your ass.
You know what? Anyway. On that note, dude, this would be the perfect time for like the proper Devers coming out party. Yes. How about you swing the big stick this way? Dude, the entire city will fall in love with you right now if he can deliver a couple of huge at-bats. I don't care. I mean, the home run will be optimum, but even if he's just driving in runs or whatever, this would be the greatest time for Devers to endear himself to the Giant fan base. Because you and I have been talking, it's been a little quiet on the Devers front. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of swing and misses, but this would be the time for him to pipe up. Anyway, T, finish your thought, man.
So Will Clark and my uncle Paul Tonelli from Lamont Tonelli and Lamont, they would all work a golf tournament for Dwight Clark every year. They would it was a sponsored golf tournament that Dwight Clark helped put on. And a couple times, my uncle Paul and Will would be at a par 3, one of the par 3 holes. And when people passed through, they would tee off with everybody that came through, and then they'd yuck it up for that hole. And so my uncle Paul said, "Oh man, Will told me some great stories." And then Will told this story at the banquet after the golf tournament about how, remember at Candlestick, because I love and miss dearly Tommy Lasorda, because of what he did.
Blowing kisses, Candlestick. You know what else? Let me just throw one other final thing in there that was so great about the Lasorda era is that if you grew up going to Candlestick like Tony and I did, and I think like a lot of you did too. Hey, Gravy, what's up, man? Hey, Gravy, stay on the board, dude. I'm glad to see you. You're going to factor into our music assignment today in a big way. Stay tuned. But you got to remember, Candlestick was such an old building that the Dodger clubhouse was down the right field line. So for them to enter the field, they had to come out by the bullpens and walk all the way across the field to get to their dugout. And the fans would just be raining down, insults and boos, and Lasorda would be there blowing kisses. But it was a long walk they had to take, dude. And I kind of missed that. That was like a really cool little feature at Candlestick Park.
You knew if Lasorda was getting ejected, he had to make that long walk down and blow the kisses. It was great. And dude, Sweet Matt Hatter says he met Will Clark at a Eugene Emeralds game last year and he signed his hat, dude. Yes, see, Will is the freaking man. He's a great representative for San Francisco Giants baseball. And I love that he's still involved with the Giants. And I got no beef with Will whatsoever. But this story he's telling, because this factors into the clubhouse being down the right field line. I guess Will told the story to everybody at the golf tournament that there were, you have the big buckets for baseballs, like the 5-gallon buckets for baseballs. I have 3 of them in the back of my car. And so there was a bat boy was taking the bucket out of the dugout and walking it down to the clubhouse. And somebody stopped the bat boy and said, dude, what are you doing? Come on, we need the bucket of baseballs. We need the bucket of baseballs. And the bat boy says, actually, this is Lasorda's bucket. He doesn't make it down to the clubhouse. If he needs to relieve himself, if he needs to use the John, he goes in the bucket, dude.
Bro,
and the bat boy had to walk the bucket down the right field line.
After it had been used?
Yes.
Swishing his dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that unbelievable, dude?
Well, now I know why you applied the word yucky to that
Yeah.
story. That is 100% yucky, bro. I would not want to see. You're essentially saying he's carrying a barrel of Lasorda's piss down,
or more. Let's just say, and if
he's dropping trow and squatting in that thing.
I'm just gonna.
And you don't even want to think about that because God knows what Lasorda's been eating. You've seen his frame. I mean, that's not a. Oh God! You talk about toxic waste dump, man. That's Lily Merchant, exactly. Capital letters. Yuck. Patty from Napa. That is effing gross. It really is.
That's why I'll tell you, the dugout is the grossest place in sports. Without question, the dugout is. There's no grosser place like the sideline of football, the bench in hockey, the sideline of basketball. Nothing can compare to a dugout, dude.
I would like humbly submit the bench in a hockey game is pretty rough too, dude. Guys are spitting all over the place. It's pretty rough in there, man.
But what I would counter that with, Paulie, is that it's still in plain view. In the dugout, you can hide in that dugout and get away
down the stairs. Yeah, you can go down the stairs. Yeah.
You can hide like all the other benches. You can't hide. So, anyways, and I've always joked around, and I'm going to start telling my daughter this: if you bring home a baseball player, he's going to get a talking to from me because I know what the dugout's all about, buddy. So,
I don't want your daughter bringing home a baseball player at all. I want your daughter bringing home a guy from like the math league. I want your daughter dating like a mathlete, scientist type. I'm going to be very protective of her, maybe more so than Tony. I'm serious about this, dude. These kids better watch out. They got to go through Uncle Paulie if they think they're going to be dating Olivia. I got a few questions of my own. Okay, buddy? I got a few of my own questions. You can do the proper dad thing, and I'm going to pull them aside and be like, listen, let me tell you what's really going on now. And I'll scare the shit out of these kids because hands off Olivia. That's all I'm saying. You know? Yeah.
And dude, I got two more stories that we can go to before the end of the show. But the second one about Lasorda is I'll never forget this, Paulie. I think it was it morning? Was it working the morning show with you guys? Or I forget what it was, but I I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call Lasorda because the Dodgers were in town. And I
think I remember this. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I had Lasorda's I had his number, I had his hotel room, all that stuff. I called him at like in the 6 a.m. hour. And I woke him up, but I was told by everybody in the business, hey, if you want it, you got to be a go-getter, you got to want it, you got to do it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to call Lasorda and get him on the morning show. And he wakes up, who is this?
Yeah.
And I go, oh, this is Tony Ryan from KNBR, Giants Collection. He goes, I know KNBR. And then he goes, but kid, you must have some King Kong size balls to be calling me at this hour. You understand that, kid? And I go, Mr. Lasorda, I'm very sorry. We're very excited to have you on the show, and we would love to get you on, at your nearest convenience. And he goes, well, I can't believe, but now I'm up, so I might as well do it. But you know what? You really pissed me off with this phone call. He goes, if I can give you one piece of advice, don't do it again to anybody else like that. But to Tommy's credit, he came on the show and literally right like a minute later. So I was like, dude, he read me the riot act, but he still came on the show. So I've always loved Lasorda, man.
You know what I kind of do too. You got to take Lasorda with a grain of salt. He's the kind of guy who you hate his guts when he's in the mix and he's managing he's the manager, the skipper of the Dodgers. They're going to the World Series and all that. But then when he's gone, you kind of miss him. You know what I mean? Like he was just such an easy guy. He was a great villain. He was really, really a great villain. Now, Tony, give me the other story because I want to segue into the musical assignment while I got my guy Gravy on the comment line today. But I'm still waiting for your Reggie story.
Yeah, I know. And I also want to say I see J. Frank Parnell. I don't think I've seen that name before. He's got the Steal Your Face as his logo.
Nice.
And he says, sorry, I bailed for a sec. The Fish opener is live from Charleston, and it's the song Free, which I love. So Fish just opened their show tonight with Free. And by the way, 25 years ago tonight, Paulie, I was at Deer Creek, Indiana, seeing Fish, and they did the Moby Dick show where they went in and out of the song Moby Dick, I think 6 or 7 times in the entire second set. It was one of the greatest nights of live music I've ever seen.
You know Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin.
Yes. That classic lick of Moby Dick. They kept going, like Trey kept on weaving it in and teasing it all over the place.
That's a hell of a lick too. Heavy as hell, dude. Heavy as hell. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, Parnell, dude. I'm glad to see you on board, man. Come on by anytime. Okay, so
keep the Fish updates coming soon too. So Paulie, I'm gonna go take you back in time.
Yeah.
1978. Okay. May 28th, 1978. It was a Memorial Day weekend. So Sunday, the 28th of May was a Sunday in 1978. My Uncle Paul, my dad, my grandfather, Dino Tonelli, and my Uncle Paul's brother, Jerry. The 4 of them go to a Giant Dog.
Let me just say right off the bat, that's a motley ass crew right there. It really is, dude. And the whole lot of them. I never met Dino, unfortunately, but I can only imagine. He was the grand poobah, the whole thing, man. That must have been great.
Oh, Dino used to tell me all the time. He goes, if you don't hit the books, the ball game's over. That was his line all the time. If you don't hit the books, could basically tell me to study and don't be a dip S. But so they had really good seats, like behind the Dodgers dugout, but closer to in between like home plate and the front of the dugout on the Dodgers side. And I guess they were riding Reggie Smith all game, like, just yelling, just razzing him all game. And then Mike Ivy hit a grand slam to like they were down. I think they were down 5. What were they down? 5-1, and they hit a grand slam. I think he hit a grand slam to tie it. They ended up winning the game 6-5. But Mike Ivy hits the grand slam. But Reggie Smith was also had a good game himself, and they kept razzing him. And then Reggie Smith gets a base hit, and once he gets to first base, he starts pointing at my dad and my uncle, my grandfather, and my other uncle.
I can't tell you how much I freaking love everything you're saying so far. Because you got to remember too, for you younger folks out there, Candlestick Park was like Mad Max, dude. It really was. Like, forget about security. I don't recall ever seeing like a security guard break up a fight. Like, once things started getting crazy, they would just continue to get crazy. So I can already see where this is going. But go ahead.
So he's like, they're obviously in his head because he keeps pointing at once he gets to first base. But then Lasorda pinch runs for Reggie Smith.
Yeah.
And so Reggie Smith has to make the walk from first base to the dugout. And once they pinch around, my uncles, my dad, and my nana were all over Reggie Smith. Where's the wheels? Where's the wheels? He just got pinch run for. And they're like razzing him, dude, to the point where Reggie Smith ran and tried to jump into the crowd. And 3 of the Dodgers players had to hug him and pull him back from going into the crowd after my uncles and my dad and my nana. And I thought, oh my God, this is what this rivalry is about. And then he had another instance, I think it was in 1981, which didn't involve my dad or my nana or my uncle.
Well, Reggie Smith is front and center again, right? Isn't this involve Reggie again? Yeah.
And he did it again. He went in, he made it into the stands that time.
I remember. So that one I remember. Dude, it's insane. Guys climbing into the stands to fight Giant fans at Candlestick. I do remember the 81 episode because I remember him in the seats. It was a very chaotic scene, but I don't remember the 78 one. So he never made it up. They held him back.
Yeah, they got him before he got in, but he was like basically, when they started razzing him about getting pinch run for, which is a very demeaning. It's a very demeaning thing to get pinch run for, and you got to make that walk, back from first base, and they were all over him. So it's just it was kind of like my introduction to the Giants Dodgers rivalry, because then I remember hearing this story and then being like, oh my God, and then just experiencing. I know you were talking about the Brian Johnson game, dude. I remember like one of my first Giant Dodger memories as a kid was the Joe Morgan 3-run home run in 1982.
82. That was phenomenal.
That was, I think it was like the 6th or 7th inning. It was the 7th inning. 1982, the Giants win the ball game. They play spoiler, and I had a love affair with Joe Morgan from that moment on because he was a lefty hitter, and he did that thing. Remember his elbow? He did that thing all the time with his elbow.
Thing.
Dude, I miss Joe Morgan, man. You want to talk about a great broadcast? Sunday Night Baseball with John Miller and Joe Morgan back in the day was
I miss that too. Yeah. And Joe Morgan was a no BS kind of guy, dude. He would give you like his unfiltered, unvarnished takes, but I mean, he knew baseball like the back of his hand. That's a great call. And the Joe Morgan, I'm glad we got to share some of these great Look at Rags. Hey, Rags, welcome aboard, dude. I don't know how you found out we're doing a makeup show, dude, but welcome aboard. Now, Tony, we're getting closer and closer to the proper happy hour time, and I want to let people get an early dinner before the game starts. So let's segue into the musical assignment. Now, I have a special announcement to make today. And Tony, I'm going to ask you to help me out with this. So for the first time ever, we are now partnered with the good people of Red Devil Records here in San Rafael on 4th Street. I'm friends with the owner, Barry. Great guy. He's very similar to me. He's like a punk rock guy who loves the Grateful Dead. So he and I get along great. Yeah, there you go. And you can find them on Luton and 4th in San Rafael. I happen to know for a fact Henry Rollins shops in there when he's in the Bay Area. He goes up there. They have all kinds of killer stuff in there. And the great thing about Red Devil is if you go in there looking for something and Barry doesn't have it, tell him, he'll order it for you. He'll find a way to get that record in your hands. I've been shopping there for years. So Barry is now helping us out with the musical assignment. And since this is our first ever partnership installment of the musical assignment with Red Devil, Mark Graves, one of our favorite listeners, he stepped in the other day and kind of handed out this week's assignment. He goes, guys, let's do songs that include the word red or devil. Nice. And I was like, dude, fantastic. So, Tony, you should tell everybody you had a great idea because the question is we have a gift certificate to award one of our listeners so you guys can go do some shopping at Red Devil, buy some vinyl, make your musical life a little bit brighter. But here's my thing. I only want to give this away to somebody that's going to use it. And just be honest with me. If you feel like, you know what, I live in Santa Cruz or I live in Sacramento, I'm probably not going to be able to get to Red Devil. No sweat, dude. Just let me know and I'll pass it on to somebody else. Because that's the thing. I want to make sure Barry gets some love in return from this. So we have decided we've already picked the winner of the first ever gift certificate to be given away. Now, Tony, why don't you explain this? Because you said it beautifully the other day, how this is going to work today and why we're going to give it to the person we're giving it to.
Well, because we never, ever talk about the musical assignment on a Monday at the beginning of the week. And I think it was Monday when Mark Graves said, because you mentioned how Red Devil was coming aboard. And he said, well, dude, how about the Red/Devil suggestion? And then I said, well, you know what? Because he suggested the musical assignment on a Monday and it stuck and we're doing the musical assignment as Red Devil, Mark Graves should be the recipient of the first ever Red Devil gift certificate giveaway, in my opinion. And Paulie totally agreed.
Great idea. Because I was going, Tony, how are we going to give this away? How are we going to pick somebody? So I think once a month, what we'll do is we'll ask you guys, the listeners, the viewers, our audience, the PMP Familia, you guys send in your suggestions for a musical assignment. We'll pick 1 week a month to do this. And we're going to do it right now. So Mark Graves, I got you covered. This is gift certificate, excuse me, has your name on it. All I need from you, brother, is send in your home address. Send it to the show email box, and I'll get this thing out in the mail for you. And if you can't make it up to Red Devil, just let me know, and I'll pass it on to somebody else. But Gravy, you deserve this. You've been a great supporter of the show, and I love the assignment this week. So, Tony, I'll go first this week. How about that? And then you bring up the rear. Is that cool?
Sure. And then I can give a few of the people, because we told people to email in pollyspod at Gmail. And we're seeing some great ones on the chat too. And I already see somebody that grabbed my red suggestion for the musical assignment. So I'm going to basically, let me just give we got Don Peralta saying Sympathy for the Devil by the Stones.
I got his too. Yeah,
and Devil's Plaything by Danzig, Satan's Bed by Pearl Jam, which is just a great tune, man. And Amigo the Devil, and he says any of his songs. I don't know Amigo the Devil. Do you, Paul?
Excuse me, I don't know Amigo the Devil, but if Dom's down, it's worth checking out.
Yeah, and also David Shanklin, aka NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC, says Slipknot's "The Devil In" is a song. Okay, and then oh man, and dude, John Joseph gave us a list of literally about 30 tunes. I'll just give you Venom, and the track is called "In League with Satan." Merciful Fate, Devil Eyes, and then he says Jimi Hendrix, Red House, and then he says I love you, Warrant's I Saw Red.
Bro,
and, yeah,
we got Warrant in the mix. That's a first. That is a first. And by the way, Tony, I'm not embellishing a damn thing when I say this. Warrant, Dot, dot, dot. I've seen him. I've seen him twice, actually. I've seen Warrant twice. And I'll tell you why. Because when I saw
hold on, where in God's name did you see freaking Warrant, dude? Come on.
I saw Warrant at the peak of their powers, bro. Here's how I saw Warrant. Because when I was in college going to school in Boston, I saw Motley Crue on their Dr. Feelgood tour, which, by the way, was an outstanding show. Motley Crue was such a great band at that point. They were really tight, great live hard rock band. But Warrant was the opening band. So I got Janie Lane, bro, right in my face up close in the white leathers doing his thing. Yeah, I swear to God, it's a true story. I saw Warrant.
Patty says, I saw Warrant accidentally.
Well, that's kind of mine too. Mine's mine too. I got to see Warrant, in lieu of, as connected to Motley Crue. By the way, Marky Graves, I saw your comment. Can you give this to your daughter who lives in San Rafael? 100%. As long as she's going to use it. So you know what you do, Gravy? Send in her contact info to the show email box, and I'll fill this out for her, and I'll mail it to her house. And she can go do some shopping. But that's awesome. And Gravy, thank you for the inspiration today. Okay, keep them coming, T. What else you got in there, man?
On this Dodgers Giants pregame, we are doing our musical assignment of the week, and it's Red or Devil. And Bonnie Jacobson, also known as Scarlet Fire, she said, "Hey guys, I bet you thought I'd say Friend of the Devil, but she said actually I'm going with Devil with the Blue Dress by Mitch Ryder." So that's Scarlet Fires. And then
I almost got that Scarlet Fire. I almost did Bruce Springsteen doing Devil with the Blue Dress. I was this close, but then I backed off. But I'm glad you threw it in there. Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah.
Wow. Dude, yes, thank you, Bonnie. And I hope you're enjoying your newly your wedding day. When she get married last weekend?
She's a newlywed. Yeah, she got married last weekend. Yeah, congratulations, Bonnie.
Congrats again, Bonnie. Stevie B, he sent in Red Right Hand by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Whoa, okay,
right?
Cave, okay,
right?
Okay, nice.
And then he said a song about the devil, Tribute by Tenacious D, which is that dude, Stevie B. That is phenomenal, man. That is great work. Okay, we got Jerome. Jerome says Chase the Devil by Max Romeo and the Upsetters.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dude,
I love the guy's name too. Max Romeo. Great name.
Right. And the Upsetters. And then World on Fire by Stick Figure, featuring Slightly Stupid. And Jerome says, have a great show. Jerome, thank you. We had three shows today. So now we'll go to Farid, also known as Robot Centaur. And he says, Lady in Red by Krista Berg.
Lady in Red. Yeah.
Then Devil Went Down to Georgia by the Charlie Daniels Band. And then The Devil in I. Oh, the same as Shank, same as NorCal Refrigeration. The Devil in I by Slipknot. So Devil in I, Slipknot getting a couple of nods today.
Yeah.
Now we have Alex. I think he has a different Dub City. Sorry, Dub City also his real name's Alex, but his handle is Dub City. The Devil's Been Busy by the Traveling Wilburys is what he said.
Ooh, good one. Yes.
Great call, which is phenomenal. So that's from Dub City. And then we've got Greg Trella. What's up, Greg? He says Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider. He also says
Good one. Lunatic Fringe, I know you're out there. By the way, you got to shout out Vision Quest when you're talking about Lunatic Fringe. That's like the Matthew Modine training song. Great one.
I mean, wow, he actually, dude, Greg went off. I love this dude. He gives a Devil with the blue dress on. He also says, shout at the Devil, Motley Crue. He said, sympathy for the Devil, Rolling Stones. He also goes Running with the Devil, VH, Van Halen. And then he also said, if you want classic rock not working for you, how about some 80s hits like 99, Red Balloons, or Little Red?
Dude, Little Nina. I'll back it, dude. I'll back 99 Luft Balloons. 99 Luft Balloons, Tony.
Luft
I
Balloons.
like that track. I do.
Me too. Yeah. And then moving on to William Helmer, he says, also known as Sweet Mad Hatter, or Bill. Bill is also known as Sweet Mad Hatter. He says The White has a song called Skull's Red Devil, and then he said The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels. Also, Sympathy for the Devil. Ooh, and Slipknot getting their third vote for The Devil in I. So The Devil in I, Slipknot getting some love today. Noemi comes in and she chose the Queen of Jazz for my Devil assignment, Miss Ella Fitzgerald's The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea.
See, I'm not surprised. Noemi, that's a classy poll right there. Very classy poll. Very nice. And I want to shout out John Joseph, who just came in with a big one off the ropes here. John Joseph comes in with The Clash, Red Red Angel Dragnet, bro. Great call.
Dude.
Great call, John Joseph. Very
Hell
good.
yeah. And then she also says Little Red Corvette for His Purple Highness Prince in the Revolution.
Yeah.
And then Marky Graves, he wrote in, he says, hey, P&T, Red Barchetta by Rush. How about that, dude?
Who was that?
That was Marky Graves. That was Graves.
Marky Graves.
And he also said Devil Inside by NXS, which is a sneaky, really good track by NXS.
Man. Every single one of us, the devil inside. By the way, Tony, to keep the tradition going, stand by, 'cause this one might surprise you. NXS, ... I've seen him. I saw him. I swear to God, I saw him.
Where and when? Come on.
This is going to be 1991, and I was dating a girl who was a big NXS fan, and she was like, "I want to go to the show." I'm like, all right, I'll go see Hutchins. So I did. I saw Hutchins. I saw NXS. Not a very memorable gig, but I did go see him. True story. Yeah,
incredible, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was well versed in my live music history, but my goodness, did you trump mine all the time? Your boy Rags, our boy Rags, everybody's boy Rags.
Yeah,
he also came in with Red Barchetta by Rush, and then let's see. Stevie Groschel, he said Devil Inside by NXS as well. And
nice.
Dude, and then he said Devil's Haircut by Beck.
Oh,
and then,
nice, dude. Nice.
It's a great song.
I got Devil's Haircut in my mind. I totally forgot about that. Good one.
Good. And I'm trying to remember the name of his great disco, funky ass album. Oh, Midnight Vultures. Check out Beck's album, Midnight Vultures. It is a party.
There's a lot of good Beck albums, man. He sneakily releases a lot of really good records over there, Beck.
Yes, you're so right, dude. He has another good one too. There's a song called Bottle of Blues that's on another album of his. It's more of a mellow album. Oh, Mutations. Beck Mutations.
That's it. That's my favorite one. It's kind of an acoustic record. Mutations is really cool.
Yes. Yeah. I just found me a bottle of blues. That's anyways.
He also has a track on Mutations. I think it's called Nobody's Fault But Mine. It's not the Led Zeppelin song. It's like an original that he wrote. Right. Really good track. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And then Stevie Groschel says also his favorite is Lil Devil by The Cult. Dude, how about that?
Hold on. Aaron Kask is coming in with some extremely dark, high-level comedy. I mean, it's pitch black in its darkness, but it's also kind of funny. It made me laugh. Throw him up there if you could real quick. This is straight. Okay, Aaron Kask. If Hutchins only knew about the octopus or one potato, two potato, or perhaps, as Tony suggested, the stranger, he might still be alive. Yeah, that's tough. Poor Michael Hutchins, man. I mean, there's other ways. You know what I mean? There's other ways to achieve what you're going for, bro. Yeah.
Yes, dude. It's so true, man. But it's like, that Aaron Kask, you're on the money, dude. That's good stuff, brother.
All right.
Hang on 1 second. We got Chuck Aquisto says Red Sky. Oh, Red Skies by The Fix, dude.
Red Skies at night. That's P1 Chuck. Great pull, P1 Chuck. Very good song.
He also says Red Solo Cup by Toby Keith, which is a good country ditty. And then I believe, and then Carlos De La Fuente. Where did Carlos's go? He had one too. But I can't find it. Los, if you're on the chat, drop it on the chat, brother, because I can't find it. Sunrise by Simply Red. Look at you, Los. He just said that on the chat. Sunrise by Simply Red. Paulie, do you want me to go first or you go first?
I don't care. You tell me today. Noemi, nice one right there. Nice one by the Thrill Kill Cult. Wait, what's that? Me or you? I don't care.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead.
You can wrap it up. So, dude, my songs were taken already by the chat. I saw Little J threw this out there in the beginning. The record. No Code by Pearl Jam. And the song, and I got to be careful here because there's all kinds of stuff. And I mean, Pearl Jam, I wouldn't say they don't cheat you on the packaging. You know what I mean? You get.
I'm a big packaging fan. Give me a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
They don't. I can't even fold this out. Yeah, it's too big to fold out. But the song Red Mosquito and the song Red Mosquito off of No Code. This is a fantastic album. Red Mosquito, track 2.
Hey, T, I think the song Red Mosquito will still find its way into their set list today, doesn't it? Like they still play that sometimes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not all the time, but it's a treat. When you do get it, it's a treat, man.
Yeah.
It's a treat. And then, dude, and then also a few other people said this too, but I mean, come on. When in doubt, just go back to the classics. Just go back, go to the home runs, right?
Yep.
I mean, look at Diamond Dave on the back of this, dude.
That's all I need right there. I mean, that's my high school experience in a photograph. There it is, right there. Diamond Dave, bro, doing his thing, 100%.
Oh, it's incredible. Running with the Devil, brother. Running with the Devil, VH.
Okay.
Honorable mention. I got to do Fish has a song called Kill Devil Falls that I almost went with. It's a great rocker. It's one of their newer tracks. I mean, newer meaning like at least 10 years old or whatever. But Kill Devil Falls is a great ripper of a track. So I want to give honorable mention to Kill Devil Falls. Paulie, go.
Okay, well, dude, this is very exciting. Now, Tony, I've just written your tracks down that I will add to the Spotify playlist right after the show tonight. So Red Mosquito and Running with the Devil. I got to make a comment. I am shocked. My Devil selection was I thought about this, but then I backed off because I thought it's too obvious and too many people are going to come with this. Dude, I don't think one person said shout at the Devil. I don't think we got
it. Greg Trella did. Greg Trella said,
Okay.
Or maybe it's Trela. I think it's Trela. I apologize. I apologize to Greg and his brother. So it's Trela. So sorry.
Okay, so I went a little deeper, but I'm going to start with my red track. Now, I'll give honorable mention to Rush and the Grace Under Pressure record. There's actually 2 red songs on this. There's Red Sector A and there's Red Lenses, but I'm backing off of those. And I'm going to go with the aforementioned from Graves and Rags. Rags and I joined at the hip on Rush. I got to go Red Barchetta for Moving Pictures. Now, this, by the way, I would pretty much say this is a mandatory purchase for anybody out there who likes good music. Moving Pictures is just a bomb-proof album. So Red Barchetta, the song they wrote about the sports car, it's a great, great song. Great heavy riff. Great one. So anyway, Red Barchetta, Exhibit A. And then when it gets to the Devil stuff, Tony, because I was afraid of people snatching up, shout at the Devil, running with the Devil, I was like, I'm going to have to go way down beneath the surface. Only guys like John Joseph are going to be with me on this one, I think. But first of all, honorable mention for a great Devil song. Let me give you the Misfits and Devil Lock. Yeah, Devil Lock, dude, is a great one. Devil Lock. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. Devil Lock.
Paulie, I was sitting on the beach in Tahoe last week with Joe, my buddy, my dear friend Joe. You know Joe, Joe Irabaran, and he was telling me he wanted me to thank you for all of the punk rock music information that you've been giving on the show because you've sent him into a Misfits Ramones kind of deep dive, and he's like,
Right. Dude, the Misfits are incredible. I'm telling you, the Misfits they're an amazing band. Glenn Danzig is a really, really good songwriter. Glenn Danzig and the Misfits is such a good songwriter that freaking Roy Orbison covered his stuff. Okay. Dude. Roy Orbison covering Misfits songs. That's all you need to know. All right. So here's
real quick, Paul, a couple things. I got to give Patrick Patton some love. Patrick Patton is the creator of Particle Land. So I just want to give him some love. He says, I saw Red by Sublime and Gwen Stefani. And dude, Patrick Patton, I love that version of that song. And my old band, we used to play that version in my old band that we played in all those little clubs in San Rafael. And then also Escobar. For some reason, I get Escobar's emails late. So keep texting him, Escobar. He says, La Tanga by Oros Solido, about a woman in a red thong. Devil's Dance by Metallica. Yeah. And then he also said Devil Went Down to Georgia. Then he also threw in his love for Shout at the Devil by Motley Crue, and then Motorhead's version of Sympathy for the Devil. So
you guys are blowing me away. First of all, what's up, JJ Raider? Great to see you and welcome to the scene, bro. Come hang out anytime you want. First of all, Noemi, London Dungeon. Hell yeah. I don't want to be there in your London dungeon. Great call by Noemi. And then secondly, Stevie B, he's over here dropping very casually. Oh, by the way, the Misfits are a New Jersey band. They're out of Lodi, New Jersey. Stevie B just casually drops. Oh, by the way, my brother was on their crew for a tour. Dude, when we get together, Stevie B, I got about 8 million questions I'm going to hit you over the head with because I want to know all about that experience. I'm kind of fascinated with the Misfits. Okay, here we go. My Devil song, here it comes, dude. I had to go way deep beneath the surface, Tony. The good thing about today's music assignment is I'm amending something that needed to be addressed. We never had Rush. I don't think out of the 6 months we've been doing this, I don't think we've had a Rush song on there. So I took care of them. And then how do we carry on without a selection from Judas Priest? Come on, you guys. Screaming for Vengeance. Screaming for Vengeance. Probably their most popular record. Has Electric Eye. It has you got another thing coming. But the final track, dude. I believe you're the devil. I believe you're the devil's child. Dude, devil's child. Devil's blanking child. That is my Devil Son T. You like that one? Screaming for Vengeance, Devil's
I
Child.
love it, dude. I
Yeah.
love it. That's so great, man.
Right,
And by the way, Patrick Patton says, you know what? We were all probably walking around each other at shows over the years and just didn't know it because of all this music knowledge, right? And by the way, Paulie, in honor of Patty from Napa, I wanted to wish Richie Sambora a happy 66th birthday today because the biggest Bon Jovi fan I know is Patty from Napa. So Richie Sambora, happy 66th birthday today, and you know Richie's pumped up for Giants Dodgers coming up in a couple hours.
He can't wait. No, he's all about it. I got to tell you something right now. True story, too. My only brush with Bon Jovi greatness was I did get to meet Richie Sambora in 1991 when I was working in Boston. I worked at this pop station called Kiss 108 FM. And in that summer of 91, Richie Sambora released a solo record.
Yeah.
And he was going around to all the radio stations promoting it. And he came in. He was actually a really, really cool guy. I got to admit that, Patty. Hanging out with Richie Sambora was a really a positive experience for me. So, all right, T. I think
real quick, Paulie, Escobar the Third says what? No red wine by UB40 LMAO. Well, I got to say, I didn't mention these guys today, but UB40 on their album just called UB40. There's a track called Dance with the Devil. It's not going to be on the playlist, but if you want to just listen to it yourself, it's an instrumental that's a funky reggae dance hit called Dance with the Devil on this album. It's a great album, a really good album. It's got Breakfast in Bed on it. It's got Come Out to Play. You're Always Pulling Me Down. Anyways, great album. Highly recommend it if you want to bring up UB40.
All right, kids, listen, Tony and I owe you a big debt of gratitude today. Thank you so much for being patient with us. I mean, you think about it this way. We've done 126 shows, and I think we've only had like 3 or 4 where we've had a complete meltdown. And not to deflect blame, but I actually don't think today had anything to do with us. I think it had mostly to do with StreamYard and their platform, because they sent a message out saying, we apologize for having problems with our service today. So I just want to thank you guys for coming back and getting an extra hit of PMP right before first pitch, or about an hour and a half before first pitch. So everybody enjoy the weekend. Go Giants. I want to give some more love on the way out the door to Stellar Design Group, of course, Don Peralta, who's just been so good to us. Stellar Design showcases all of the abilities of Don Peralta. He's a cornerstone of the whole scene. You can reach Dom and Stellar Design at Dominic@stellar.design. Should you have the need for any artwork to be produced for a special event, or maybe just a special project you want to task him with, he'd be happy to take that on. Stellar.design.com. You can also call or text Don Peralta at 650-796-3144. For example, I know Ray Goodman has already done some work with Dom. I know DJ Rob B is working with Dom as we speak, which makes me happy. I love when the community supports each other. And Stellar Design they'll take care of all of your artistic needs, T.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention also too, Paulie, that Stellar Design is a San Francisco Bay Area-based industrial design studio, and they have a new product launch called Baller TV Cam.
Thank you.
Baller Cam turns your iPhone into an AI-powered sports camera. Check out ballercam.com. It's been a 4+ year program that they began in 2021, and Stellar Design designed and engineered the entire product development from sketch to mass production. So congrats to Stellar Design and Don Peralta on coming up with the Baller TV Cam, and go to ballercam.com if that interests you at all. You turn your iPhone into an AI-powered sports camera, dude. That's pretty sweet.
Hell yeah, man. And next week, we're going to have a couple of big announcements to make for our next PMP Familia outing, because we are, Losty, all of us, we're about this far away from nailing down the final date. So we'll share that with you on Monday or Tuesday at the latest, and we can all get together and hang. We're going to do that in August. And then also, I want to thank our original sponsor, Longbridge Pizza. We freaking love you guys, man. Neil Donardi, the king of Dog Patch, if I may, Tony. He's the mayor of 3rd Street. Those guys are doing it right. I'm sure they're firing it up right now, by the way. Imagine what happened in Longbridge today, because they always show our high noon show, dude. Imagine like the meltdown that must have been going on. Neil Donardi was probably walking around being like, these are the guys I sponsor, the guys that can't keep their show on the air. We had a tough time today. But Tony, actually, you know what? Bravo to you, bro. Good, miraculous kind of recovery today. There's Neil with his very cute son, Nico. Speaking of Nico, I do recommend the Nico pizza. Next time you're in there, give that a shot. I also recommend the Polymac Particle Pizza. That's a great one. The smash burgers, the chicken parm sandwiches, the Vinny's Gabagool. There is a variety of great food on the menu at Longbridge Pizza. You will not be disappointed. If you're a pizza lover like Polymac, you're going to love it down there, especially with that sourdough crust. Because once you taste that,
oh, dude,
it's hard to shake it. You're looking for it in other pizzas, and you're not going to get it. T. You're not getting it.
On that note, too, if you stop in there after one of the Giants games this weekend, or before one of the Giants Dodgers games this weekend, have a nice cold beer, get a pizza to go, or enjoy it there. But you can also buy the dough and make your own pizza at home as well. So don't forget, you can do that as well. And if you want to have a bigger gathering there, bring your team, bring your work team, or you want to bring do a family outing or a birthday, Neil can accommodate that as well in the back room, in the back of the house. So it's Longbridge Pizza, our first ever sponsor. And I'll never forget the day we got the email from Neil and Andrew saying, "Are you guys looking for sponsors?"
I remember that too. You better believe we're looking for sponsors. Yeah, we got bills to pay like anybody. By the way, I want to thank all of you guys again. Juan, Dom, Scarlet Fire, Pine Needle, Patty, Los D, Rags. We got Escobar the Third. We got Stevie B. You guys know how it is. Candlestick Kid, on and on and on it goes. We freaking love you guys. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Have a great weekend. Tony, before everybody flies away and goes to separate corners, could I get a Scarface Fly Pelicans Fly just on the way out?
Dude, totally. Stand by.
Manny, look at it. Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
And then.
So say good night to the bad guy.
And then.
Class dismissed. All right, kids.
Here we go, Paulie. Here we go. Next time we are all together will be Monday after this series, and the All-Star break will be upon us. And I can't wait to recap what goes down at Oracle Park this weekend. Come on, Giants. Give us 2 out of 3. Give us 2 out of 3. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm feeling it. Lily Merchant, you got it. Go Giants. Karen Bell, have a wonderful weekend to you. Patrick Patton, all of y'all, man. We are a family. That's the one thing we have accomplished here. We've created a very nice scene, a very nice community. Yes, John Joseph, go Giants and F the dog turds. About as well as I could have said it myself. Candlestick Kid, have a rock and roll weekend, man. Everybody enjoy. Cheers. Have a cold beer. Enjoy your happy hour. Go Giants. We'll see you Monday at 11 a.m. Peace, y'all.
See you Monday at 11 a.m. We'll see if your mom is cool if they do throw at Shohei first pitch of the series. If they plunk Shohei.
Drill his ass. Drill his ass. This is Giant Dodgers. Reggie Smith in the stands. Time to drill that one. I'm telling you, I'm not buying his act, bro. I'm not buying this whole squeaky clean act. There's a lot of darkness under the surface. I can sense it. Trust me. Drill Shohei. That's my takeaway. All right, you guys. Cheers. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday.
Thanks again, y'all. Peace.